see, tubes. Literally, tubes. Tubes. See that? That was cool. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of that tunnel. That's pretty cool. So anyways, how's she going today? Pretty good here. So today we're going to do a bit of radiator work on for the 2N. And I wish I would have kind of remembered sooner. I wanted to maybe paint up the shroud a little bit, make it look a little better. I guess I still can. See, what's happening here is I'm putting on too many nice clean looking new parts, and then I'm not going to paint the rest of it, and it's going to make it look like crap. So I don't think I'm going to paint that. But anyways, I want to just kind of put parts onto this tractor that's going to make it reliable. Stuff like that, not such a big deal. We'll say the hood too, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I did the gas tank because I cleaned it all up and then cleaned up the inside. But that I might just give it some air and clean up all the muck and stuff. But this, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to paint the shroud up on that anyways. So we got, well, these are, of course, little self-tappers, just long enough. And these are the little screws that were in it before. Little fine thread little guys. But I'm going to use these because basically I need to, it's got a hole here. I've already tried one that worked good. A hole here. And then there's another hole here, but it doesn't have a hole in the radiator shroud thing. Of course, there's one down here, but not there. So I'm going to have to do that too. And get her nice and tight in here so everything's all good. And we might make some little rubber buffers today. My stepdad there gave me some old baler belting. I think that'd be good. We can probably make a couple little round guys out of there just to kind of, you know, where it mounts from here onto the tractor, a little frame thing on the front that'll give it a little bit of a buffer there. So, but anyways, we got to get this shroud screwed down. I guess that's about where she's got to sit. We'll just make sure it's all good before we zip her right down tight. And what else we got to do? Make those little circle thingies. What else we got to do? We've got stuff here. I don't know whether I'll get that far today or not. Get her mixed up and put in there. There's a big thing about what kind of water to mix with. And probably whatever I'm going to choose is going to be wrong, but I'm not using river water. I'm not using basic bare tap water, hard tap water. They say distilled, but now there's a thing apparently with distilled that distilled or reverse osmosis water would probably be the worst because that stuff gets stripped right clean of like all minerals. So if you put that and mix it in, put it in the system, it's going to want to try to draw all that from the engine and the metal and stuff in there. So I did a bit of reading and I said soft water because it takes the soft water, softened water takes the calcium and the magnesium out of that water, and that's what calcifies up inside if you just use straight tap water. So the only thing I got a concern about is now that you've used softened water with salt, the process isn't technically salty because it gets flushed out after it uses the salt brine to clean the resin, which has all the calcium and magnesium minerals bound to it from using it. So it gets flushed out and then it gets backwashed through with like the normal water again. So I'm like, I don't know what's the best to use. I'm just gonna put it in and drive on. Something happens down the road, we have to tear it apart and clean it all out, well then we'll have to do that. So, but anyways, yeah, I just don't want to use just hardened water. I don't really want to use distilled water because they say the distilled will start to draw stuff out of the metal, which could, you know, couldn't make a problem too. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll have to figure out something. But I think I'm just going to use softened water to mix the fluid up. And yeah, so let's get Chiz on the tripod here and we'll get screwing down this shroud. Just make sure she's where we want her. Alright, so yeah, these are just little self-tappers, and they, there's actually quite a bit of room from like the edge of the radiator into the fins, and it's not actually even, it's just barely touching the inside of the fins. And that's okay, you just don't want it into the core where it's actually running the fluid through. The fins are just help to disperse the heat. So that one we got to push down a little bit. I understand that. This one over here. How's this one looking over here? Yeah, if we get her down and stay down there, that'll work. So I'm going to drive one in here right now, right in this corner. It's already got a hole. It's already got a hole started here. I just got to get it in the right spot. Let's make sure I'm not drilling it. No, it's good actually. It's perfect right there. Alright, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I wish they were just like a hair bit shorter, but I think that's the shortest I could probably get out of these things. Just make sure. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that should be fine. Should be good. These are going to be a little bit easier to get out if you ever had to again. Whoever is going to be doing her next. Probably won't be me. It's good. See if I can get one up here too maybe. Just double check and make sure. Yeah, we're getting close to the tank, but we're still on this shroud thingy here. So if you don't know what a self-tapping screw is, I've been mentioning them here. It has, and it's pretty cool, and they're pretty good. It has its own little built-in drill bit. So that little thing on the end here, if I can get her to focus on that. Gonna focus on that. That little thing there drills the hole for you, and then it kind of lets go and then sucks the screw in. So heck of an idea that was a lot of years ago someone come up with. So now this side we've only got two because we've got the outlet on here too. So just like that. Just like downtown. This one needs to be totally drilled. Just like that. Alright, that's good and solid. I'm happy with that. And let me show you where we've drilled into here. So you can see the little tip coming through there. Well, that's not too bad. That's not going to hurt nothing. You don't want to drill into that thing though. That would be bad. That cooling fin, if you just push it off the side of it, that's not going to hurt nothing there. But because the fluid runs all through these little tubes, right? Multiple times. I think there's 2 cores in this, or maybe 3. There is, oh boy, 1, 2, 3, I think, in that. So it's got to run all through there, and by the time it gets through the other side, it's all cooled. All right, so that's good. We'll have to make some of those, and I wish I had a little drill bit here, maybe in my thing. I don't think that one's going to be quite big enough. I just drill. Oh, it's not far off though. That might work. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do here, find a spot first. Oh, look at that. There's the stuff from the tank liner stuff. It's like a rubber mat. It's kind of weird. It's like really stretchy, like Jello almost. Anyways, yes, we need this stuff here. And I think there's still one that came off of this thing that wasn't too bad, so I might end up using it, but let's get you on a tripod here again. Alright, so there's the one. It's a little thicker than this stuff I got, so I better not unbalance things, but I can use that to cut the outside because that's about right. Or just do a whole strip across, I guess, too. But see if this will even drill this here. Let's get that kind of in the right spot there. Pardon me, I might have to put her in high gear here. Well, that didn't drill the size I wanted. I don't think that's going to fit on there too well. It needs to be quite a bit bigger than that. I don't know if I get much of a bigger bit into this guy. That's about it. Unless I had a step down one. I'm going to see. I don't think that's going to fit. Hang on a sec here. I've got, I think that bolt is the same size, yeah. So let's see, will it fit through there? Ugh. No, not too well. Okay. What am I going to do for that? Be nice just to drill it, and then I can just cut around. Gonna have to see if I can find a little bit bigger bit, or a spade bit might work too, like the chisel bit thingies. It might cut that. It might just turn it into a big mess. Okay, leave that with me for a second, and I will see what I can do. I might have to go down to my drill press and put the big drill bit in and drill a couple holes. Maybe I'll just do that. That'll save a bit of messing about too. Alright, there we go. Sawzall, 2 probably an 1/8 or something. I don't know what the heck size it was. I just cut her. What the heck size are these? Anyways, 2 2¼ 2¼ There we go. Pretty close to that one, but oh well, close enough. A little bigger than it probably needs, but I didn't have one smaller size. And this stuff's actually hard to cut by hand. There's 2 layers of like belting in there, and then rubber, right? So it's meant for a lot of use, this stuff. So anyways, there's our rubber buffers. Let's install them now. So they will go on here. A little bit bigger. I could have gone a little smaller, but that should work. And I'll take these right off again pretty well, but and that should do that. I've got some weird suspicion that this is a reconditioned radiator, because where the screws are there, it's dirty, like gummy, gooey stuff. Like, I think that's kind of weird. It was supposed to be, I think, a brand new radiator, but it looks to me like it's got muck in it. That's really weird. Unless they make a new core for it and just reuse the... Yeah, there's definitely junk coming off of this. Like, look at the goo from something else. That's weird. Oh well. I'm sure it's probably a new core, but they might have reclaimed the tank sections or something there, right? So, all right, well, that's good to go. Let me think now. What else do we got to do? Oh, darn it! I should have brought up the fan. It's all ready too. I'm gonna go grab it. Okay, there's the little bolts that hold the fan on. Little wee 1/4 inch, tiny little guys. I want to chase these out, clean out the threads. Sometimes they get a little burred over or whatever. There's a lot of vibration there, right? So it's hard on them bolts, but I want to clean them out. So I'm going to show you how to find out what thread those are. Oh, there's the new fan, by the way. Cleaned all up, ready to blow again. Or actually, that one's a blower, not a puller. That's right. So we've got, let's put these over here for a minute. Actually, I put them on this table behind me because then I'll... So, if you don't know what it is, that bolt is fine thread of some sort, but there's lots of different pitches and lots of distance between the threads, right? So, if you've got a kit, good. If you don't, I suggest you pick up a kit. Tap and die set. Just a cheapie this one was, but you know what? It's worked good for me. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a standard SAE bolt from that old machine. If it was something newer, yeah, you'd probably have to go into something newer. But here's the sizing thing, and this is the SAE, and then the other one here is the good old metric stuff. Real pain in the rear, and why can't they just make them all the same and be done with it? I don't know. So I'm pretty sure that's an SAE. So in here you've got all these different coarsenesses of different threads, right? So this is like super coarse, like really like saw blade sharp, and then down into smaller stuff. But this one, unfortunately, this is how you size these up. You take your bolt and your guy and you put it on there, and it's like, oh no, that doesn't fit too well. Okay, well, we got the other side here, which is into the finer stuff. So you need to look and think, well, that's probably too coarse. That's probably too coarse. That's getting closer. How about this 27? And you need to make sure that it meshes in real nice. And if I could get this stupid camera to focus. See, that one's not bad, but it's not right there. So let's go one more into the 28 pitch. I'll give that, there she is, look at that. See how nice that meshes in there? So if we go down even one more, 32, it's getting real fine now. It's like, it just doesn't mesh in nice. Doesn't mesh in nice. So let's go back to the 28. It's not a 29, look at that, I escaped. 20, where are we here? 28. Okay, let's get this focused again on this. So you can see that meshes in real nice there. So that's good. That's what we want. Okay, so that's a 28, but then you got to kind of know the thickness of your bolt. And I know these are quarters, so in here we got to look for 28 National Fine 1/4 inch. So there's one there. That's for the bolt. And way up top here, 1/4 inch National Fine. It should say that on here if I can get her to focus on this. 1/4 inch National Fine 28. And same thing with this this guy here, if I can get him to come out of here. 1/4 inch 28 National Fine. Alright, so that's good. We need that. We need this. And we're going to need this guy for the tractor end. Put this over here for now. And what you want to do with this tool, there is a right way and a wrong way to do this. That's the back way and that's the front way. I don't know if you can see how it bevels in. It helps start that bolt. So you want to make sure you put that with the labels out. Also makes sense too, because then you can read it, right? So I don't need to chase these a whole pile, but we'll get them fairly clear here. But we'll put the head of the bolts in the vise and we'll run these through. Alright, I got the bolts here. Some of them I think are replacements. They're a little bit longer. I don't think they're actual stock, but they should be still fine. And this will chase all the junk that's in them out. Just go easy, you'll feel it kind of threading on, and then away you go with it. Now if you're cutting new ones out of a new bolt, well, that's a different story altogether, but this isn't too bad. Well, let's kind of clean them up a little bit. It's still a bit dirty there, but I think it should be good. Alright. And this one, a little bit shorter, that guy. And just clean them out a bit. Sometimes they'll get marred over a little bit, and that'll kind of re-straighten them, but it is going to make it a bit thinner. That'll just keep that in mind. So you might want to see if you can source out a new bolt for that. There we go. it's not too bad. Yeah, it should be fine. And this one's actually pretty good. I'm not going to do that one, but I do want to do the on the tractor end too with the other guy. All right, got probably hear the zero turn in the background in there. I'm just running it for a bit. God, that thing is stupid cold starting up like that. I don't know, that auto choke, they need to get away with that. Anyways, let's see if we can chase these out without wrecking stuff. I think these ones are probably fine. It's a fairly new water pump on this. Whoever had it before me, I guess, redid the water pump, I don't know. Should be good. Just a little bit of rust in there more than anything. Yeah, this rusty stuff coming out. I hope, anyways. You see a lot of shiny stuff coming out. You maybe didn't do your thing right here. Yeah, that thing, the mower just will not start without taking the breather off, air cleaner off, and putting your fingers over like the air intake to give her a bit more fuel while sucking. It just will not start otherwise. Now if I take the shroud off and move that one little spring, it'll be fine. I just didn't put it back together that way when you had that carburetor all apart, so anyways, whatever. Alright, those look like they're chased out. I think the other ones are good. Let's go get the fan and we'll stick them back on. Alright, we got a fan. We got a fan. Let's see if we can get them to start here on one of these. It's a tricky thing to get on here. But it's a lot easier when it's got all the hood and stuff off. Come on, baby. A bit easier too with the radiator not there as well. Alright, let's see if we can get this one on. It's a weird looking fan. It almost looks to me like the things are actually bent backwards. But we'll see how it clears in the new radiator here. That might be the issue. Oh no. Drop my thing here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on these other bolts. I think the first two I put in were original ones. I don't know if these ones are. Someone's replaced them at some point in its life. Changed them for some reason. They're a bit longer than they really need to be, but I mean they seem to work, so we'll drive on with it. The last bolt I put in there, I got a little bit of leery on that one. I'm not sure. Those are smaller, of course. I'm gonna have to get another wrench. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? There we go. Yeah, those other ones are a little smaller. I didn't even realize that. Didn't look that close, I guess. Don't have to killer tight. So that's probably a metric bolt. Willing to bet. They got lock washers on too, so should be good. All right, got to figure out whatever the size this one is. Probably a 10 mil. All right, let's see. Oh, 10 mil. Jumping. Which means that thread has probably started its life as a different thread. It had to be a metric thread. So I've reground her down to a SAE now. So that's awesome. So this fan was all sandblasted and primed, cleaned and primed and painted red. There we go, I think that'll do. All right. Well, let's get the radiator, I guess, in here. We'll get started with that and see how well that fits in there. All right. We got the rubber discs, we got the size of a washer and some stuff, and all that stuff for underneath. So these need to go on there. Those will fit pretty good, actually. Pretty good for cutting rid of the Sawzall. And hopefully, let's see where it's going here. Get her kind of mounted. Fit that hose on after. Yeah, I think it's going to clear. If it stays there, that is. All right, underneath, let's mount her up. Let's mount her up. So I got lock washers and stuff and a flatty. I was just gonna do some thread locker on there, but I'm like, the radiator on the new 800 I've got is loose. And I don't know if that's such a good thing. Might even get a radiator for it too, just redo it. I got the hood all off. I'm doing a bit of work on it. Not really filming much of it, but it's been coming pretty good. So, okay, so that's good. Solid-ish enough there. I guess it's about as solid as we're gonna get her. Let's hook up the hoses and figure out what we're going to need for the top hose here. Give her a snip and then we'll stick her in. Okay, so we still got a hose clamp on this one. It probably might be better if I went that way with it. Although, just trying to think if that's under the hood. Might be hard to get to it if she's above there. And let's put her down below, I guess. All right, I gotta go get a nut driver for that thing. That'd make it a lot easier. All right, just want to make sure that she's fairly good. This hose was pretty good, so I didn't bother changing it over. She's a little bit small. She should be all right though. I'm hoping. It's got it around the neck, and down in there, there's the a little flange thingy, I guess you'd call it. If that's not exactly the right hose for it. Well, it should be all right there though, I think. tighten this upper one a bit too. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, let's work on this top hose now, figure what we need. Alright, so there's the old hose. That's probably pretty close to what we still need. There, and that'll go to... I think this... boy, this is a pretty old hose because someone painted her and she's got red on it, right? So... yeah, I think if I cut her the same there, maybe just a hair bit. Well, no, I think that's probably going to be it. Okay. That should be good, yeah. Probably should have some sort of sealant on that, but I think I'll just go dry. So now while we're here, I'll have to clean up this neck here a bit. And I'm not going to put in a thermostat. I don't have one anyways to put in. I'd have to order one. It'd probably take like 3 weeks to get here. So, I mean, I'm not going to be using this really in the winter time. So, I mean, it'll be all right, I'm sure. You just got to run it faster. It'll warm it up faster for you. That's our oil, governor oiler line that we did there. I think that'll be all right. Smoother now anyways. Because you could get leaks through if it was rough, right? So let's go ahead and cut a hose. And I think I'm going to use these same fittings again here. Or clamps, sorry. I'll take these off. They seem to be all right still, so I'll use them. But let's go ahead and cut a new chunk. So this hose I got from my local auto parts store, but they had to order it in. Alright, that's about even there. Let's see how well I can cut this stuff. Just got my little buck today out here with me, so I'll go just a hair bit more maybe. Yeah, about there. Oh. Good stuff. Man, I got nothing against the country that this was made in, but it kind of surprised me when I saw where it was made. I'm like, really? I'll show you where. I was surprised. Surprised as you are. Well, there we go. New hose. Let's go install. Okay, changed my mind. I'm going to use more modern type of clamps just because these ones, I don't know if you noticed, but they're like pretty old and they're like screw only in the middle. So I like these ones with the other doobies on it. So if that goes there, that one there, and that one there, that should work. Jam that on there. That one on there. No kinks in there. I think that should be all right. All right. All right. Much easier than with the hood on. Come on, baby. Should be pretty good. Up here, the neck is there. I don't know which way is a better way for this one. That hood comes down kind of tight there, so I better maybe even put them that way. Come on, you stupid ratchet. locked up again. There. Not had a whole pile of luck with this ratchet on this set. Should be good there. It's feeling pretty good. I think we'll be all right. All right, well, we need to do some coolant here now. Ooh, stinky. Stinky. It's kind of grimy inside though. It kind of makes me wonder if it's not used. Like all this part here, you think they would have cleaned it all, but it's all scaly looking. It's weird. And this is supposed to be brand new, but look at all the scaly stuff in there. It's not so much down in the actual... If I can get you down there, it's not so bad down in the core there. Well, I don't know. Seeing those threads underneath, maybe it's just a new core and they reuse the tank and the top, I don't know. Alright, we're going to mix up some old coolant here. Well, new coolant. All vehicle, all makes, all years. Oh, that's good. So we want around a 50-50, so this is concentrated, so we want this jug to that jug of water. That'll give us 50-50 with a freezing protection of -37. And you will not believe this, but a boiling over point of, where is it here? Wait a minute. Boiling over of 129 degrees. Isn't that awful? 50-50. So, alright, we're going to test that too. I brought my tester. And it'll test boil over pressure, boil over temperature too. So we need one of these, and we are going to need altogether, not quite 2 complete jugs, but pretty close. 11.4 liters or 12 quarts. So technically, if I mixed all this up, 3.78 times 2 times 2 give us 15.12. So that'll be more than we'll need. That's good. So we'll mix up one anyways and then dump it in. Well, we'll test it first and dump it in. But let's dump her in the jug here. I'll go get a jug of fresh softened water and we'll give her a shot. Alright, I'm hoping this stuff is green. It's like I say, like they should have a little window because there's so many different colors of this stuff now, right? It's really hard to kind of know what color is this one, even though it should tell you on there. So let's just test this first as it is, straight coolant. Now you're not supposed to use straight coolant. If you just bought enough of this and just put this in, I think it's the freezing point to be really good, but if you add the water to it, it actually raises your boiling point quite a bit. This stuff will boil a lot cooler than it should. And this thing, of course, I just can't get enough sucked in. There we go. Okay, so we'll get that out of there. So you can see she's like off the chart right now. And that's our minus freezing is like well above. So, and there's actually bubbles suspended in that stuff, so it's pretty thick. You don't really want to use her like that. It's almost like a syrup. Oh, geez. Ew. It's almost like a syrup, so you don't really want to use her that thick. So let's pour that in here. Let's just make sure this jug's good. Yeah, it should be fine. Pour this into here. And I have closed the little drain tap on the engine block. So we should be good there. It shouldn't hopefully come out there. I bet you it'll leak though a bit. Until it gets kind of crusted over again inside there, we'll see. I imagine that engine is probably pretty dirty inside, but I don't really want to take the head off and start cleaning that because I know I'm going to open up a bunch more can of worms. And it seemed to be running pretty good before, even though there's no temp gauge on it. But there we go, that one's in. I will get a jug of this other stuff, and away we go. Okay, I just gotta roughly make sure we're the same-ish here. So I wish they had a window in it. And that one's about here on the new jug of stuff. That one's down a little bit, but we're pretty close there. Okay. So let's add nice fresh snow water. Melted snow water. You can buy the pre-diluted stuff, but this stuff's way cheaper. Not sure why they charge you so much more for the diluted, but give her a good little mix around. Now, how am I going to get a sample out of there? Well, I guess I'll have to use my little container here. I'd like to see where we're mixed at, roughly. Should give me a sample there. And there's my guy here. Okay, so we're still a bit high. We could put a little more water to it. Freezing point's above minus 43 Celsius Fahrenheit kind of thing. So we could actually put a little more water to that. And boiling point's really high too. Now that wasn't quite the whole jug, but we will try to dump this. I must have a funnel somewhere here. I'll make her a bit easier. Dump it back in there. We'll dump the rest of this water in. There's that there. Jugs all over the place. Mix her up again just to say we did. Now we got some nice wildlife animal Kool-Aid here now. Woo! No, don't do that. It'll kill them. Don't feed those to your neighbor's cats or anything like that. I didn't tell you that. Don't do that. It's bad. Okay. Let's test this again here now. Didn't get enough in. Okay, so there we are at the 50-50. About minus 43 still there. We're not above that anymore. And our boiling point should be that 129. Bang right on. So 50-50 mixture. And it's still kind of sticky even. I don't know what's in it makes it sticky like that. But okay, well, we'll dump this back in here. Coolant all over the place here now. All right, should be good. Let's head over to the tractor. We'll dump the first one in here. Okay, that funnel is just barely sitting in there. I just don't know if I'm good enough to put her in without the funnel there, but we'll give her a shot here. Hopefully that valve on the bottom's closed. I don't see anything leaking yet. It's early though. I wouldn't mind firing this up today too, but I haven't got it all rewired back up and let the coolant circulate around a little bit. Oh, something's dripping. Something's dripping I don't like. Hold on a sec now. Whew. Okay, I think it's just the overflow there. I must have got a bit in that overflow and then it's kind of out. So maybe I'll try putting this in. Whew, I was worried about that for a second. I'm like, no! Yeah, the little overflow tube here, I guess I splashed some in there and it was doing its job. It's taking her away, so I'll try this maybe. Bypass that little overflow thing. I'm sure they've tested this radiator. I really hope so. Yeah, we're good now. It's going to take a bit to fill this and percolate it through the engine. That's kind of why I wanted to have it running, but she'll bubble up through and it'll find its fillness, we'll say. Especially once I get it higher than the engine here. So that's just a bit under 8 liters. We go mix up the other one and fill her up too. Okay, jug number 2. Oh. Whoa, slow down there, bud. Yeah, that's watts full.
So that's full.
Slow her down there, bud. What are you doing? All right. She is right full. That'll probably have too much in there now, and it'll boil over and come out the thing whenever it does run. So this thing came with like a, I guess, radiator cap, this one, but this is the actual one for it. It's supposed to go above the hood. But this one's kind of not so good. It doesn't have the rubbers on it. So I don't know, I want to keep using that one or see if I can score another one of these somewhere. Doesn't seem to want to go on the right way unless I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so that is what is going on here. Something's not right with that cap, that's it, but it's not straight. So, I'm gonna have to see if I can get another one of these, or I don't know how this was held in there originally. Feels like a lot tighter spring there too. This one might not even be right. So, there we go. I guess that's full. We just have to basically get her started here again. I could work on that. I won't probably put you through watching all that, hooking everything back up. But maybe I'll do that and then we'll see if she'll fire back up.